Floyd's Mayhem Garage here. Got some goodies in the mail. Distributor, HEI style, coil, plug wires. We're gonna see if we can get this thing running. 68 Dodge C500. So I messed with it a little bit. Didn't really have a whole lot of luck with it. Got a confidence sputter. Something's up with the points and coil and all that, and I didn't feel like messing with it, so I just bought new stuff. So let's get after it. I think I've talked about it on this truck. I think I mentioned it when I picked it up, and I think I've moved it with the tank and stuff, but I don't know that I've actually shown it yet. The front ends of these trucks are totally wicked. So these fenders, these are swing out fenders. So we know this guy here, and it swings out this way, so that we can get access to the engine. And then the hood as well, which I've actually probably should have done the hood first. We got a latch up here somewhere. The regular hood, and as well, open this fender up, and full engine access. Should make this thing a little easier to work on.
So
yeah, that's all the easy stuff. Just basically pulling everything off that's already existing. And the cool thing about this distributor, oh wow, that's a nice plug. Maybe that's part of my problem too, why this thing wouldn't fire up. Anyways, the inside of the plug just came up, or the plug wire just came off.
nice.
But yeah, just getting all this out of the way, this distributor is awesome, especially with these old points systems like this. It just has the one hot wire running off the key, and that's all you run to the positive side of the coil for the HEI. So wiring it up is super simple. The only thing is putting them in. Usually the rotor inside's clocked a little bit differently, because these Chryslers use the like a flat blade screwdriver, if you will, drive on the distributor, and sometimes those, they're just clocked differently, so you have to pull your distributor gear drive out, which comes out of the oil pump, and just clock that differently, or run your plug wires differently. But that's pretty much the biggest hurdle with this. Otherwise, in cases like this one, being the industrial engine, the water pump's kind of in the way, but should be pretty basic though. I don't think we'll spend too much time here. Of course, I say that now. Let's see how that goes.
We'll see. You said this thing doesn't even have any brakes?
No brakes whatsoever.
No, you don't need those.
So I could check the fluid in the master cylinder. That'd probably be a good start, but
yeah, just top it off.
I know one of these is clutch and one of them's brakes. And I think the clutch still works in this thing amazingly. But let's see, which one looks like which? I don't know. They both kind of look like they go down the same place.
I would imagine brakes is probably this one.
I think
in the brake position.
In the brake.
The clutch would probably be further out.
Clutch is further over. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Yeah. I don't know. Let's see. Can I even get this open? We need tools for that too. Okay. Yep. That's getting open later. What are we hooked up to? Wrap around everything. Just wrap around everything. We're fine. I don't know. Loosening up a bolt. The distributor hold down bolt that was probably supposed to be tight, that really wasn't tight. Better question is, I'm curious how much stuff's underneath this. I know I cleaned this engine quite a bit. Yes, I did clean this. It had like a rat's nest on top, or a mouse nest, whatever, squirrel nest. So I got all that cleaned off and blown off at least. But the motor's still dirty. But hopefully there's not too much around this distributor. Otherwise, when you pull that out, all that's going to fall into the engine. So get this distributor hold down out of the way. And let's take a look in there, see what it looks like. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, I've seen worse.
Just don't touch it.
Just don't touch it.
It's like dirt all around that housing.
Huh. That's wild.
What?
I haven't seen this before. Must be something with the industrial engine. Which makes me wonder. It's like a spacer. So I wonder if this is a 440 distributor, but they put a spacer on it to help clear the water pump, maybe? It's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah, so you're going to have to pull that off this one and put on the other one?
No, because the other one is a taller distributor anyways. It'll sit up way higher than this one did.
Okay.
So it should sit just fine. So, at this point, we can basically put this in wherever we want, and it will basically wherever number 1 falls, that'll be, we can make that our new number 1, or that's where we can pull that distributor gear drive and actually make number 1 wherever we want it. But yeah, you can see how much longer this whole shaft is. So as long as the distance from this surface is the same to where the end of that shaft is, which it looks like it is, I don't need to know that. Cool.
That's good. Doesn't hit the valve covers or nothing?
Yeah, totally hits the valve cover. just barely.
Yeah.
So, cool. Feels good. And this is where I need to we need to pull a plug wire out, or spark plug, and then turn the motor over and feel when that thing's at top dead center on the compression stroke. We should be able to plug a hole with our finger and feel the compression of it. And then that'll tell us where distributor number 1's at. Okay, I think this was the starter wire. So this should crank it over. Okay, good.
Sweet.
So yeah, just starter wire onto the hot ground, or hot wire, which is 3 different cables put together at this point. We crank it over until there's compression that comes out of here. And that'll be like that one. And oh dude, that's almost perfect. Because I don't know if you can look down on the balancer, the timing gear, so you might be able to see it better from that side. Because there's the timing marks, and then there's the mark in the balancer to actually show you tell you that you're on top dead center. Oh man, yeah, I think we got everything set up here. If electronics are good, distributor's good. Should be close enough, at least on timing, it'll fire up, I think. Well, let's see. One way to find out, huh? Maybe? Need some fuel, possibly?
Is this valve on the gas tank?
I did turn it on. It may not be down to it yet. But not exactly sure how well this is pumping either. Might need some go juice. See if the distributor's working as it should, or if we don't have any spark. Let's see. That should fire. Well, I guess a little bit of an advance, maybe. Well, we got spark at least. It's coughing and sputtering. She wants to, huh? We getting fuel out of this thing yet?
Thinking just a timing issue? Or
It sounds like a timing issue.
yeah.
So, it almost looks like it wants more timing. Because that was barely running.
Yeah.
Which means I might need to turn this back and change my spark plugs by 1. Because is this number 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, it may not be advanced far enough so what I can do is take number 2 off. So number 2 is off. I'll move this one. Move this one. Move this one. This is now the new number 1 going to my left hand. And we put number 2 back on. 1, 8, 4, 3, 6, 5, 7, and 2. And so that's number 1. I'm going to advance it a little further and see what that does. Or we went the wrong way. Let's see.
Sounds better.
Sounds better. Kind of sounds like we're running out of fuel. I don't know if we're getting fuel. I think it might be plugged up in the carburetor, possibly. Float, stuck, or something. Because I've done absolutely nothing with this carburetor. All right, Taylor. What do? We just rebuilt the carburetor?
Yep.
Yes, rebuilt it. So I pulled it apart. It was pretty cheesed up inside. So just brake cleaned the hell out of it.
Looked like you were pulling out Coca-Cola.
God, yeah, it was dark, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was smelled nasty. You know, that smells all around now. That old gas. Yeah, poured out some nasty stuff, cleaned it out, sprayed it out, cleaned up some of the orifices. Some of them were clogged. So hopefully it should be getting fuel now. And actually, the fuel pump's working on this thing. So we hooked up the can to that as well. So it'll actually be pumping it. So it'll have some fuel pressure too, not just gravity fed. So hopefully, we'll have to probably run it off this a little bit, let the fuel lines fill up, and then it should run this time. We'll see. Yeah, we don't have a return spring or anything. Let's hook something back up, I guess. Throttle. Yep, that'll work. Okay.
Cool.
Take 2, or 3, 4, whatever we're on. Well, we should probably be running out of fuel by now. Huh. Our carburetor rebuild didn't work. Well, that didn't exactly go as planned, I guess. I mean, it runs, but not very well. Carburetor does get some fuel through it now, but it's horrible. So, yeah, I don't know. Now what's the plan with this, I guess? I have had thoughts of a Cummins. Nah, let's just do what everybody else does, put an LS motor in it. I mean, LS swap sounds good to me. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to, we'll put a pin in this one, and we'll get back to this on a later date. I guess, thanks for joining us.